Yes, he does. Here we go. Good evening. Welcome to the County Commission meeting, regular session. You see here the budget. We're going to talk about the county manager, sales tax, that's in this week's newspaper, the speaker system, camera for state court. Well, you can read them. I don't have to read them for you. And there you go. There are your commissioners. And they are seated from going that way, going like that. That is Brad, Dana, James. Joe Burgess is not here yet. He was also not at the workshop meeting. Nick Denham, and on the far end is Attorney Jamar Shipp. And sitting between Mr. Denham and Mr. Shipp is the county clerk, Latrice Wilson. Mr. Burgess is just, Senior Mr. Burgess has just arrived. I'm going to stand up a minute. We had to move the meeting into the big room. See, we've got quite a few people here tonight for this meeting. Got a pretty good idea. They're here just to see what's going on and hear about the budget. So, they'll be starting momentarily. Trying to get you enough space in there to see everybody. We still have people coming in. Still coming in. You said he's going to be quiet.
Huh?
You said I'll be quiet.
I'm trying.
Okay, you're trying.
Okay.
I was going to quote you on that.
Huh?
I was going to quote you on that.
You gonna quote?
I was, and you said you're trying.
No. Don't quote me on nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is a private, personal conversation.
Okay.
We don't. No.
they're being filmed. They got the speakers, the microphones up there.
Okay, so I ain't getting it. Are you sure?
Not yet, not yet.
100%.
Yep.
Okay. Just let me know when I am.
Okay.
Give me a thumbs up then. Okay, all right. Very good.
That was Sycamore Police Chief Ben Reeves wanted me to let him know if he was going to be on camera, so I put him on camera and let him know. We are recording this meeting right now because the whole commission is now seated and they're reviewing documents related to county business.
Hey, Ross.
Fire Chief Bruce Burgess just walked in.
Good evening, everyone. It is now 6 o'clock. I will call this meeting to order. We're going to start with the invocation from Mr. Baker, if you
Sure.
don't mind.
Lord, we come before you on this day and we give you thanks for that which you've given us, that which you kept away. Lord, it's all a blessing because we know it comes from you. We thank you for the rain you sent, and we ask you to continue to watch over our farmers and send them what they need as they need it, Lord. Put a hedge of protection over those in public safety, and we thank you also for a good start to this school year. And Lord, as this board meets tonight, we are praying wisdom upon them that they make the right decisions in your sight. And when all is said and done, we will thank you in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Start the stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jesus. All right, let's see what they're going to do.
Make a motion to adopt the agenda. Second. All in favor?
County Coroner Jim Lumpkin.
The next up, we have I need a motion to approve the financial information for March, April, and May.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Next up, we have public comments concerning agenda items. Oh, minutes, sorry. Approval of minutes from previous meeting, June 3rd, June 16th, June 24th, and July 29th.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Next up, we have public comments concerning agenda items. Hearing none, we'll move on to new business. First piece of new business is the consideration to approve resolution number 2225-0801, the adoption of the budget for fiscal year 2025-2026 as follows. General fund, $12,179,800. E911 special revenue fund, $677,114. Drug education special revenue fund, $22,000. Hotel motel tax special revenue fund, $1,000. Sheriff's Drug Enforcement Special Revenue Fund, $30,020. Real Estate D-Index Special Revenue Fund, $10,030. Victim Assistance Special Revenue Fund, $190,000 and $190,200. Jail Special Revenue Fund, $536,000. Special Purpose Local Option Sales Tax Fund, $1,083,333. Local Maintenance Improvement Grant, LMIG Special Revenue Fund, $488,400. Law Library Special Revenue Fund, $1,000, and Transportation Special Local Option Sales Tax Fund, $825,000. And authorize the chairman to sign resolution on behalf of the county.
Offer motion to approve resolution 2025-08-01.
Second.
Discussion?
I just wanted to make my concerns known that we're excluding almost $100,000 on the truck payment from this budget. We're gonna have to pay the $100,000. We have chosen to not disclose that requirement in this budget. So I have
I want to start by reminding everyone how we got here. This budget was first presented to the public in June, a good bit before today's vote. The budget that was presented included feedback from every single member here. Following that, every member of this board, department head, had the opportunity to review it, give feedback, and work together to shape a budget that moves Turner County forward. Instead, we saw something different. We saw board members claim they were not involved. Some even criticized a process they had previously supported. Those critiques didn't come at the start of this process. They came after we were well into it. A public hearing was held. Next, where more feedback from each of these board members was incorporated. Only 2 board members showed up, myself and Commissioner Whiddon. And yet, in the spirit of diplomacy, Commissioner Whiddon and I went back to the drawing board. We made adjustments the opposing members requested once again, in hopes of finding common ground. But it was during that process that I realized this budget had no real vision for the future of Turner County. No plan for community development. No investment in the things that could truly improve the quality of life for our people in Turner County. When I took my oath of office, it wasn't just to serve employees of the county, department heads of the county, or fellow elected officials. I took an oath of office to serve the citizens of Turner County, especially the underserved. That means crafting a budget that does more than keep the lights on. It means building a budget that provides opportunities and creates a better future. Instead, here's what this budget does. It removes a $98,000 payment for a fire department pumper truck, a payment we all knew was coming and is not optional. This is poor budgeting practice. It removes a $100,000 capital improvement fund, the only new positive community investment in this entire budget. This funding was critical to match grants for projects serving our youth and seniors. Without it, we're turning our backs on real opportunities. It adds made back higher employee raises that were previously removed at the request of this same board, now being used as a political tool to win favor, while the projects that help the broader community are stripped away. This budget also continues a troubling pattern. Year after year, the budget grows. Amendments are made at the end of the year, but the community sees no benefit. Instead, this board has consistently launched pet projects, real estate deals that have produced nothing for the citizens. Property taxes go up, businesses close, and people are left asking, where is the return on our money? I cannot support a budget built on poor budgeting practices, political gains, and projects that serve only a selected few instead of the entire county. My oath is to the people of Turner County, and I will not compromise. This county deserves a budget with vision, responsibility, and results. Until that's in front of me, my vote will be no.
That's your prerogative.
So, all in favor? Opposed? All right, next item is consideration to discuss the county manager position.
I put that on there. We been looking for a county manager all year. I don't have one. So I think we need to go on today and, vote for somebody to take over county manager.
With the budget you just voted for, has the county manager starting in January of next year.
We don't have one now, though, we kind of vote for.
With the budget?
I make a motion to appoint Nick Denham to serve as acting county manager.
Second motion.
All in favor? Oh, discussion? Josh, discussion? All in favor? All right. Mr. Denham, congratulations on your appointment. Next item is consideration to approve floss.
Word.
Need a motion?
Motion to approve, what are you putting it on the agenda, putting it on the ballot?
Make a motion to approve putting it on the ballot? Okay.
It's going to the referendum.
Oh, well,
A referendum to be put on the ballot.
that's what.
The voters have voted
We just don't have the numbers till we meet with all the cities, get the numbers. I make a motion to put it on the ballot,
That's it.
or let the lawyer make a referendum. Just waiting on the numbers with the cities.
This law, I don't know what it is, it's a 1% sales tax, and all the money goes directly to reduce property tax. That's the only thing the money can be used for, to lower our property tax. So, as you know, most of our sales tax money comes off of the interstate. So, it's a good way, it's a good tool for us to have the extra funds.
And that's for the county as well as the cities as well. I mean, it's not just something that's going straight to the county, correct?
No, it'll go to, it'll be just like, it'll
Right,
like.
I'm just clarifying that, you know, I don't want people to think it's just going
No,
straight
no,
to
no,
the
it'll
county.
just go to the cities and the
It
county.
goes to the cities as well as the counties.
For them to do a rollback also.
Yeah.
Right, to lower the, yeah.
All in favor? Opposed? Next item is, consideration to approve quote for audio system for Board of Commissioner meeting room.
Motion.
$29.99 one?
Yes.
That the only one? That one you making the motion on, Joe?
Yeah.
I'll second.
All in favor? Oh, any discussion on that? All in favor? Opposed? Consideration to approve the bid for the camera system at State Court.
I make a motion to go with the low bid.
Second.
And when I say low bid, $88.17.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, next item is consideration to advertise. All right, spot. We're on number 6.
Yes.
For repairs for the election building to a wider area. Need a motion?
Are we talking about redoing the floor in the whole building, or are we just doing the 2 front rooms that are already used mostly? I know we're not planning on doing the storage rooms, or is that in there, Jan, or? I mean, I really don't
Because
think we need to redo the
it
storage
is
rooms.
carpeted and there's huge holes in that carpet.
But the 2 main rooms that we use is the rooms, the boat rooms.
Plus the
That would be my suggestion, is just do those rooms now, and
We
hold
have
off
to
on
do-
the others.
The storage room has to be done because of the huge tears in the carpet.
I still say that should be just do the 2 rooms.
We'll get a price breaking that room by room.
We got,
We need to move the square feet.
maintenance can't do. But we gotta make it. How many years old I got to get, 7-room, 5-bedroom house, I said, figure out. So, gotta make it.
Could y'all up here, Joe?
No.
Well, we gonna put it out for bid, we gotta make it.
Oh, you saying let, Tim
Yeah.
fix it?
I certainly don't have a problem with that.
I don't have a problem.
Okay.
Is that a motion or what we doing?
Yeah.
My motion to,
Still would leave it to
And
you.
let Tim,
Let the maintenance.
let the maintenance man do it.
okay, we
second
have a
motion.
motion to, do we have a second?
Second.
Discussion, none? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Thank you.
Oh, I'm on board.
Are you on board?
Yeah.
Then is in favor. Consideration to approve repair work for driveway at the election building.
So this was proposed by Mr. Tanner of Rebecca, that the election building, and help me Mike, that we would replace the driveway with cement as well as the parking.
Plan
And
is
we
to
can
widen the
share.
driveway, because the driveway's only 10 foot wide and the edges of it are breaking off, so we're gonna widen it to like 14 feet. We're gonna tie the resurface or pour over the existing asphalt. And if we widen it on each side, it makes it easier to dig out the road, so where we don't mess up the base of the asphalt to where we've got a surface to pour over, we have to bring lime rock or road base or whatever in. We're gonna recover the handicap parking area, widen it wide enough where you'll have 3 parking spaces. Then there's a slab on the north end of the drive of the building that the employees park on. We're gonna tie that into the driveway, so they're not parking, driving on the grass. Also, the area that's the open lanai across the whole front, where we've got almost a 9-inch step down from there to the ground. We're gonna pour concrete from there up to that open lanai. We're gonna have to take out about 10 foot of the sidewalk, because of the fact is concrete's gonna be 3.5 inches taller, the sidewalk's gonna come down and raise up 3.5 inches, so we've gotta bring that up to HDA specifications, which is gonna be less than what they're asking for. The wings out by the road, they're gonna take up about 10 foot of that and dig down, and the edge of that goes out to the road is gonna be like 6 inches. So when you have something big or turning or twisting, like a school bus, because as far as I know, and I think Ms. Jen can clarify that, they're using that as a bus stop. They let kids off there in the afternoon to pick them up in the morning.
So you're proposing that that the cities and the county share this cost?
Correct.
This loss?
Correct. I mean, I think that's no more than fair, so the city don't have, or the county don't have to absorb everything, because it can all be paid out of SPOS, and everybody gets a percentage, so why wouldn't everybody, whatever their percentage is, put that towards that in prospect, because of the fact that it is used for a military function once a month, if not more. And that just shows our appreciation towards our military, or that's the way I look at it. Now, it's okay, I might not think that, because I don't think there's anybody in the audience that don't know of somebody or has a relative or has not served in the military.
Yeah, we do have a lot of members in the post.
Right.
We have about 60 members in the American Legion
Right.
now, and most of them are of an age where they have handicap
Right.
support needs. And we do have parking issues
That,
when we're
that
there.
road is so bad, the
Yeah.
edges, somebody eventually will step off one and
You
go
got a
wrong.
spec road up with that,
Beg pardon?
you got a spec road up, or somebody got a spec road, what's the plan?
Do I have what
A
now?
spec,
Spec sheet.
spec sheet drawing up.
Scope of work.
No, I'll get it, right now, I'm just trying to get the county's approval so I can go to the rest of the cities and approach them about it, and see that, make sure they're on board. But I will have a drawing of it,
So you're just asking for a motion tonight supporting it.
Right, just to support it. If
Okay,
the
so-
county's supporting it and the cities will support it, then hey, we can go forth with it if everybody's in agreement as far as paying their part.
Well, given the number of handicapped folks I know that use that space, on a regular basis,
Right.
at least once, sometimes twice a month.
Right.
For our meeting, for the post meetings. I make a motion that the county, support this, pending the final decisions of the cities and their costs.
Discussion.
We need all the cities on board.
Correct. Well, hopefully we'll get all the cities on board. I mean, if the county's on board, you know, I don't see why not. I mean, you know, it's a win-win for, well, maybe not a win-win, but, you know, it's, like I say, it's a show of support. That's the way it should be.
Because when it involves money, sometimes people,
What if we get the
I'm with
state
you.
on it, and the cities agree, or
Right. And
whatever?
I've already talked to the concrete company, and they cut us some slack.
We probably have to put it out for bid. I mean, we're required to bid.
Right, that's fine, that's fine. I mean, I have no problem with that.
So we've got a motion and a second.
All in favor? Opposed? Consideration to approve quote for Reynolds Warren Equipment Company in the amount of $312,709.32 for a 50-inch Ninja rotary mower, public works.
Second.
Discussion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Opposed? Next, consideration to approve the department heads to turn in unused telephones in their office.
I don't know if we need a motion to do that, I just, if you wanna do a motion to do it, we'll do a motion.
I didn't put that on here.
Probably you could telephone in the office.
It was, when we, we were just trying to lower the bill, Joe, some of them had phones they didn't use.
They didn't realize that it was a shop, Robbie did.
We thought it was by the line still, like 2501, 3501 for my department, but this new company's not charging by the two lines or two telephone numbers, they're charging by the individual phones that, you know.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Next is consideration to approve executive session minutes for the following.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Next up, we have chairman comments. I guess this is the vice chair's comments. Reminder about the SDS.
Yeah, I talked to Wayne for a few minutes about it. Me and Gary just had a conversation about it. We're gonna have to do a little more discussing until we come up with a good number. I think he's gonna meet with his, people next week. And did you have some concerns about the homestead, Wayne?
My theory was, or what I have been told, is we would have to do away with homestead.
I don't know if there's anybody here tonight that can answer that. That's not my understanding. I don't know if Jamar, yeah, the purpose of it is, the voters voted in the bill last year, I don't know the bill number, but it was 580 with the 581, where we can't go up and y'all can't go up on homestead, well, your property tax on your personal home. We can't go up on that. You can go up on your shelter, your farmland, or your business, but not on your home. This tax is put in place, floating local option sales tax, I believe. It's put in place for us to recover some of the money that the counties and the cities are going to lose from not having the ability to go up on your property taxes. And seeing how most of ours is coming off the interstate, over 50%, we're in a good position. And we're gonna pay a penny more, bigger wiggy, but so is everybody on the interstate. So we should do it, because when we go to another county, and I think the board had discussed, staying with the splosh split, but that's something for everybody to think about.
The big thing was, we went through the document to make sure there were no changes, and Rebecca had a couple of changes that they needed to add, which I think you're aware of. As far as the property taxes, it doesn't stop us from raising them, it puts a cap on how much we can raise property taxes, because in Atlanta, every year they were raising them because our property values were getting crazy up there, so that's what drove it. But that gives us the ability to prevent us from benefiting from that situation. This gives us more rollback monies to keep our property taxes down.
We're gonna put it on the ballot in November, so but y'all will decide whether we do it or don't do it. It's up to the voters. Yes.
Then after it's voted,
Go ahead.
then after it's voted in, it's 1%, right?
We're at 8% now, we're gonna go to
And
9%
then what we
sales
do,
tax.
say if it's voted in, what happens then?
It goes into effect.
We start collecting, all the stores start collecting 9% sales tax, and then whenever the time we start getting it, each city, I don't know if it comes all to us and then we divide it, or it goes to each of y'all individually, it's courthouse, splosh. And then, but we was just saying, base it off of our splosh numbers was a starting point, and because that's already in effect. And we don't have to sit and argue, do a lot of arguing about it, the numbers.
Yes, please.
So what happens once it's voted in, once you have the referendum, then after 50 days, the first calendar year quarter, the tax amendment. So it's not like it's November 1st and then November 3rd, we start collecting the tax. It has to wait until 50 days later. Once that happens, then it is given to a general fund for the county, and it is also demarcated by each municipality, such as Rebecca, Sycamore, Ashland. Each of them will have their own general fund within that fund, so everybody knows how the money will be split up. It is all, everybody knows how much everybody needs. It's not, throw it in the pot and put your hand in, whatever you get, you get. So everybody will be on board to know exactly how the money is. And I just wanted to clarify that before kind of took me that turn.
Can it be spent on anything tomorrow? I didn't remember to ask that question.
So, thank you, Commissioner. It only can be spent to lower property taxes. That is the only purpose for lowering special sales tax.
The floor is now open for public comments.
We on public comment?
Yes.
Go ahead, Sherry.
No, go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead. I wanted to clarify some stuff that was in the newspaper, and clarify some stuff about the sheriff's budget. That was put in the newspaper, and of course, my voters are here too, that I'll take an oath to uphold the laws and to serve the people of this county. So, this board, there's 3 members on this board that's present. That was present whenever I took over the jail fund as part of my budget. The law is clear, that any accounts that, the Board of Commissioners controls accounts unless there's an agreement. There's a case law out there that says unless there's an agreement between me and the county commissioners. 3 of the members that are on this board were present whenever we all agreed that jail fund, 911 fund, the jail regular budget, and the sheriff's budget all fall under one budget, for several reasons. For budgetary reasons, and also because there's, the state audit me for traffic fines. And I have to not exceed 35% of that budget. There's been some comments made about that I wasn't willing to give in or work with the Board of Commissioners. I've always worked with the Board of Commissioners whenever it comes to saving money. These guys get out there and work their tails off all the time. It don't benefit the sheriff's office other than manpower. It benefits every citizen in this county for me being able to get them off the interstate and send them out and answer calls and serve the public, protect property, and protect the lives and morals of the people of this county. Ever since I've controlled that jail fund, I've used that jail fund to offset the jail regular budget. It costs $2 million to run that jail, not $1.5 million. And if you wanna take 500,000 out of the jail fund to offset that $1.5 million, that's not reality. The reality is it costs $2 million to run the jail, and I've offset it since I've controlled it by $500,000 out of the jail fund. So when I ask for a jail budget, that's $1.5 million. I've always offset it by what was in the jail fund, took out of the jail fund. Not just to mention the jail, running the jail, because that's what the jail fund's for. But if I could squeeze something in there that the sheriff's office needed and legally put it in there and justify it, I tried to do it to save taxpayers money from me coming and asking this board for more money. But I didn't have to do that because that jail fund money comes off of 10% traffic fines. I got an agreement with the cities to house inmates, and what that allows me to do to have a contract with them is that the law says if I contract a house for them, they can collect 10% off the traffic fines and put it in the jail fund. So that's helped. Every time I've had an increase on double costs for uniforms for inmates or mattresses or what have you, it come out of that. I moved telephones over to there because it's attached to that building down there. Our nurses hospital contract that we have, it went up by $50,000. This year I moved it over to the jail fund. I've tried to do everything I could do to shift to that jail fund over the years, and after I've shifted everything over to that, some commissioners wanted to take $360,000 of it, and I said, I can't do that because I can't run the jail if you take the $360 from them. I don't want to fight with them about that, but I have to run. Also have a mandate by law to run the jail and run the sheriff's office. If you take $360, which the board didn't do that tonight, they give raises, I'm grateful for that. But I need that to run the jail. They did take some out of it, I'm not gonna argue with that, I'll find a way to make it happen. But to paint a picture to the public that the sheriff don't want to help and to do, I do all I can do. But my main goal here is to serve you who voted for me and provide law enforcement service to you, protect your property. Camera system in the jail down there, it might seem frivolous to somebody else, but y'all all watch the news. Y'all know we have demanded that law enforcement wear a body camera on our bodies and put them in our patrol cars, which I fought forever not to have to do. But we do it now because we're the most scrutinized thing in the world as law enforcement. And some of it's our own fault because of doing stuff we shouldn't do. We have a body camera now. You watch everything we do. That's not frivolous to me. It protects them, the men and women that work for me. I have them in the jail now. Body cameras back there. We have 200 cameras that cover this county in the jail and the courthouse for security reasons. It protects us whenever an inmate says they fail or they were pushed or whatever. We'll watch the video if we can. We can't cover the whole thing 100%, but it's not frivolous. Technology. We have stuff we'd never had when I become sheriff. We didn't have live scans. We got 2 live scans in the building. The reason we have 2 live scans in the building is because citizens don't want to come get fingerprinted in the jail back there where inmates are, so we got one up front. Everything I do, I try to do for you, the public, to make it better for you, make it safer for you, and make it safer for these men and women that serve you. So to try to go in the paper and try to paint me out to be a bad guy, it upsets me. This is an opportunity for me to stand up in front of the citizens and in front of the newspaper and address it because Ben does a good job covering the commissioner meetings. Anybody that wants to come down there and look at anything I've got down there, you might not like that I buy certain things or have a certain uniform or hats we wear or whatever, but that's you elected me to be a sheriff, and I'm gonna pick things that somebody else might pick different. But the basic thing is if somebody else is wearing this badge, they better do the job I do, because that's what you expect. Serve the public, treat everybody fair, enforce the laws. That's what I do. I can't help it cost me more money. I can't help we have stuff we've never had. Servers. We got fiber that runs throughout this county. I didn't make that decision on my own, the board did, and it benefited us as citizens. So when you say that things ain't being done to benefit the community, I'm protecting you every day, and them men and women are protecting you every day. That's a great benefit. And look around us and look at the crime rate that surrounds us in these counties, and I'm not knocking any of my fellow sheriffs in these other counties, but we do pretty good here. We keep it that bay really good. And it might happen tonight, but you know what? We're gonna go 100% out there and give you all we got. And they're gonna do it with good equipment and a decent pay, thanks to these commissioners. They do have decent pay. We're compatible with each other. these other counties. But I'm gonna, you know, I appreciate y'all's vote for the raises. Everybody that works for this county deserves a raise. And, I appreciate it, but, I'm gonna get off my soapbox, but there's a lot of case law out there that applies to these accounts that the Board of Commissioners have already agreed to let me control in the past. And if this board decides and has a majority to take that stuff away from me, since I've moved all that stuff over to it, then I have no choice. And you say, well, they just threatened me with court. I have no choice. If you take that means to pay to run the sheriff's office away from me when it's been allowed for 15 years I've been the sheriff, and prior sheriffs too, then all of a sudden, because you want to do something else with it, take it from me, I'll have to fight. I have to fight to keep our ability to serve this public like I do. And if they don't like the service I give them, you know what, when election time comes around, I won't win by 83%. I'll lose to somebody else, but they better do their job when they get there, because I'll be in here fussing and carrying on because I ain't getting the service that the prior sheriff did. So I'm gonna leave it better than I find it, I promise you. But I hope I'm not leaving it anytime soon. So thank you for your time, and I appreciate y'all vote to give these people a raise, because Joe, you've been here and you've always voted for employees. Raises. I ain't knocking you up, Joe's been consistent all the time.
Oh, yeah,
I have. You're stingy. But I don't mind having disagreements and not agreeing on something, but there's case law out there to back up the stuff that I do. If I do something wrong, I promise you, I'll step down and leave this position. If I do something criminal that's not right, and I'll call the GBI myself. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't always agree with what everybody spends their money on, including y'all, but that's okay, because that's y'all are elected to do that. And you take the heat from the citizens. I'll take my heat, you take yours. But I don't like disagreeing with you. But whenever I'm attacked, I'm gonna attack back. I'm gonna say, stand up for myself. So I appreciate it. I appreciate this board. Y'all have got a tough job, but I do too.
Sheriff, I just want to clarify a couple things you just said. First thing, do you agree that this board took $250,000 from the jail fund to offset the jail costs last year?
Nope.
You don't, even though that's what.
The year before you did.
Yes.
And you took 50 out of it the year before that. We was gonna give Christmas bonuses and y'all couldn't find the money. And I said, hey, take it out of the jail fund. Take 50 out of there to cover my people so you can give everybody else.
Okay, so it was.
So
It was.
it has been taken out. But let me explain why. I know where you're going with this. You took it before. Before, there was never a budget, itemized budget for the jail fund. We always just had money. I'd call Teresa and say, how much money's in the jail fund, Teresa? And she would tell me, and I'd say, all right, we got money in there. We need to buy this, or we need to put a new roof on the jail, or we need to get air conditioners, or whatever. Washer and dryer. We'd always just call and get it. It wasn't line items, but somebody asked and said, hey, we want line items in that budget. I'm not required by law to do line items in none of my budgets. All I need to do is turn in a chunk sum amount, because once they approve it, I can spend it however I see fit. You elect me to do that, to run the sheriff's office, not somebody else to run it, me. So when they approve it, I can do it. If they cut it, I either have to find a way to cut it out of the budget, a service or whatever, or I have to take them to court. That's the remedies. There's no other remedies other than work with them or go to court. It's not a threat. I'm gonna protect the right to serve you, and I'll give. But we've never taken out of the jail fund the things that we take out of the jail fund now. We didn't move 150 until this year out of the regular jail over to the jail fund.
So your answer is yes, right? And
The answer is you took out 250 whenever he was the chairman, Nick, because Nick called me and said, listen, we got to find 250. I said, well, we ain't using all of it. Take what you need out of there. And he did. Well, we've never moved the amount of stuff over to it like we have now. Everything's been moved over there, the phones, the copy machines, the stuff that y'all would graciously give raises. I'm not fussing with that, but when you're talking about a $3.5 million budget and you cut 1% or 2% out of that, that's a big bite for me. Now, a smaller agency, fire department, that's probably not that big. It is to you, but it is no comparison to what I have to give up out of a budget when you ask me to cut. So when you ask me to cut and I have to cut 100,000 out, I have to look for it. I have to find this 90,000. I either have to say, you know what, I'm not gonna hire a traffic unit back because that's about what he costs. But he writes about $530,000 worth of tickets a year. I either have to make that decision or I have to say, all the maintenance in the jail now, because part of that jail maintenance that we always take out of the jail fund, now I'm gonna shift it over to the county jail maintenance. the county maintenance. So everything that comes out of the jail now, that's maintenance on the jail, I'm gonna turn it in to go into the county maintenance. When you take it from the jail fund that I've been paying out of there, I have to put it somewhere. So, yes, there has been a time when you could take more out of that jail fund as it has been along there. And y'all always would come and ask because it was an agreement that I control it as part of my budget. Now, all of a sudden, well, we're gonna take it from you and we control it. Wait a minute, I've already shifted all that stuff over to it now, so I have a problem. I either have to take you to court or I have to get rid of people. And I'm not gonna get rid of the things that keeps these guys and girls safe in the jail and to serve those inmates down there. I'm gonna have to get rid of somebody. And
Got it.
So-
So it has been done before. The second question I have for you is, when I reached out to you to talk to you about your budget, you would not have a conversation with me.
not with individuals, I don't talk with individuals, but, cause
Okay.
I don't have to answer
Okay.
to them. And I sent y'all a letter to the whole board and said, if you take 360, you're gonna have to put it back in my regular jail fund, my jail budget, because I have to run.
So you're saying,
You're saying
just
that you
going
got
back
to
to what
pay
you said,
the.
you don't have conversations with individual commissioners? We've had conversations before. Why did we have conversations about
When
that?
me and you don't agree, that what do I have to talk to you
We
about?
didn't have a chance to talk to see if we agree.
We did have a conversation. Ms. Whiddon and I had a conversation about.
Me and you did
about-
not have a conversation about me and you agreeing or disagreeing with anything. You didn't even give me the
All right.
courtesy to have a
All right,
conversation with
so let me
you.
tell you this, did I not address it in front of this board and send you a letter, the whole board?
That was after the fact. That was after.
After y'all had come up with the budget you come up with, that I didn't
Before
agree
the
with, so
budget.
there was nothing for me to
Of
talk
course, you're gonna
about.
get in front of the public and say things after the budget. I'm saying before the budget. I said I wanted to talk to you and review things and hear from you. You always on Facebook
I
talking about
invited
you would
y'all to
share
Dallas.
anything. You would tell us anything. Anybody has any questions, you're willing to answer them. But when me, as a chairman, I called you and asked you, you did not want to talk to me. And I just want that to be known, just like you got up here, I just want that to be known. I would have listened to you, I would have actually helped you share the information about your department. But for some reason,
I
you didn't
have
want to
pretty good-
talk,
I
you
have
did not
pretty
want
good
to talk to
authority
me.
and stuff.
You did not want to talk to me. And you know what, for whatever that reason was, I guess it will forever be unknown. You're saying you don't talk to individual commissioners, but we know that's
Mr.
not
Burgess,
true.
how many times have I talked to you about our budget? How many times have I called you up and had a one-on-one conversation with you about budget?
Not up 40 years now.
Okay.
Okay.
So it ain't no, listen, if you already have a predetermined opinion about what you think needs to be done with my budget, what do I have to talk about? If you already made your mind up of what you decided you
You're
want to
saying
do.
I did?
And you and her both have had a conversation, you put it on your PowerPoint that y'all worked on the whole budget
Before
together.
that, Andy, that was before that I reached out to you, before any presentation, before the public.
What's your point, James?
I'm just saying, I reached out to you to do what you're doing right now in front of
What's
the
your
public.
point? I
You didn't-
answer to these people, not you. These
But
are my
I'm
voters,
I'm
these
a
are people
voter
I
just like
serve.
everyone else
Okay,
is.
and come to my office as a voter.
I'm a voter just like everyone else.
That's enough.
Absolutely.
We ain't gotta go through all this here about no budget, budget been passed, everything over with.
He's
I
our
appreciate
leader.
it. Listen, I appreciate it, but it was put in the paper, so I feel like I need to address it in here.
And I'm gonna
Absolutely.
address it as well.
He's our leading chair.
It roll on, all that is this.
Well, thank you for,
Public comment, there was still some public comment.
oh, we have more public comment?
We do, absolutely.
Yes.
And I will say, as a citizen of Turner County, and I've been for 43 years of my life, and I'm the chief of police in Sycamore, okay? We need our sheriff's office to operate where it's operating, okay? All right, the sheriff and I do not agree on everything. We do not, okay? But I will tell you right now, I've been in business for 20-something years. We have got to operate on the standard we're operating on, period. And I mean, it's just, we've got to get past this discord and everything else as far as our county and our cities are concerned and move forward. I mean, I don't know, what you guys what your hang-ups are, and that's fine. But I know on a business aspect of it, and I know where my budget's at and his, we've got to move forward. And the cost of living and the cost of expenses increases every year. It does not decrease. We cannot continue to cut where we're at because it's just not gonna work. I mean, the reason I came here tonight, I didn't want to. I've never came to a commissioner meeting. I don't wanna be here, okay? I deal with my council meetings every month, okay? But we have got to move forward, and we've got to operate on a, you know, we've got to continue to go up, not down.
So Ben, can I make a comment?
Yes, go ahead.
So you
Ms.
talk
Hammond.
about business, right?
Yes.
I'm a numbers person.
Absolutely.
Right? So when you're faced with an operation that costs you $60 to $80 a day
Mhm,
per inmate, and you're charging 40 or 45,
mhm.
and you say you wanna save, the sheriff says he wants to save every dollar he can for the citizens.
Absolutely.
Then why are we still charging $40 or $45 a day when it's costing us 70 I don't care if it's one inmate or 101 inmates from another county.
Okay.
We should charge us what it costs to operate. That has always been my concern.
So let me ask you this question. Why should I pay the same for an inmate when I'm giving 10% on top of my citations? Why should I pay the same for an inmate that Worth County or somebody else is paying?
Not to mention 72.
Well, it obviously depends on the relationship, but my point is.
The relationship,
But you
my
had somebody-
and sheriff relationship's fine.
No, I'm not talking about personal relationship, I'm talking about your business agreement. If you're only paying $40 a day, I have a problem. But if you're paying $40 a day and your percentage of that ticket add-on equals out to $70 a day, then that should be demonstratable. But that's never been the case. When I've asked that question, and the statement's been made that we're saving the citizens every dollar that we can,
Right.
then I think that's a fair question to ask, and never has it been shown to me that we're doing that.
No,
The argument has been people aren't gonna come and use our jail. Okay, well, they may not. But we've got to look and show and demonstrate to the citizens that we're doing everything we can to make that jail pay as much as it can pay for
Well,
itself.
let me
Where
ask
those
you a question.
opportunities exist. And
Absolutely.
not giving the jail enough money has nothing to do with the sheriff's department in terms of operations. The sheriff's department was funded 100% of what he asked for. We should not be cutting a single deputy when we're talking about jail operations. We should not be confusing the two.
No, I'm not confusing anything.
I'm just saying in those discussions, but at the end of the day, all I'm asking is that that jail operate as efficiently as they can in terms of what we charge other counties that
Okay.
use that facility. That is all I've ever asked for.
And I've been in that jail. Okay, I've worked there. I'm telling you guys, it's not as clear and cut.
But you should be
Things
able to
cost money.
demonstrate it. You should be
Huh?
able to demonstrate what they're paying in a daily rate. You should be, it's easy to calculate if you have the information. You can't ignore it. If you can sit
No,
down.
I'm not
and
ignoring
demonstrate it, Then we
anything.
should put that in the paper, say, this is what we're charging the counties, their daily rate, and this is what is factored into that daily rate. And if it's not $65 to $70 a day, then there's a problem. We need to have that discussion.
Where did you come up with $65 to $70 a day?
When you look at total cost of operations.
I'm just
Which
asking.
is the $2 million,
Mhm.
right? We have a 106 bed facility. On
Right.
average, and I'm using the sheriff's numbers, on average, we have about 80 inmates. And I'm using the number that you gave me. And you factor that into 365 days, that gives you an average rate now. That's just a number. You then have to look at case by case by case, how they're
Right,
paying
so
that rate.
we go from influx to deflux and.
But you have an average day
Uh,
cost
no,
based on
I'm not talking
total
about an average,
cost.
because months in a year.
But that's not how business
dictate-
works, Ben. That's not how business works.
Okay, all right, okay.
You can't use the lowest day, you can't use your highest day.
No,
you
I'm
use your
not.
average.
I'm
If you
just- I'm
wanted to,
asking
you
you.
could use 106, which is a number of our facilities, that would be unfair.
Right,
So you have to use your average.
okay,
That's
so
a
we're
starting
gonna use an average from last year and we're gonna have an influx of this year that could be astronomically more.
But you
And
have
the
to
cost,
check those
no,
numbers.
the cost of living, the cost of everything, even the sandwiches they make in the jail, okay?
But Ben, you have to look at
Everything
total
goes up.
cost. You have to look at total cost. It doesn't matter if the sandwich costs $1 today, we're funding it $2 million. That's what
Okay.
you have to look at. That money moves around by line item. You have to look at total cost.
Absolutely.
I think I've made
That's,
my
that's the
point.
reason I came under budget, and I have continued to come under budget on a budget that was set, how many years ago? 2, 3 years ago? Huh? I'm not stupid, Dana.
No, I'm not saying you are.
I'm
not
just
implying
telling you that the sheriff cannot run and continue to run on, he cannot continue to keep a decrease.
Then let me explain the jail since I'm.
No, that's fine.
So there's 106 beds down there at that jail. If 106 of those inmates, or 100, let's say 100 of them inmates belong to me, it's a total tax burden on this county, other than I can take part of it out of that money that comes off that 10% money. But let's just say I'm Irwin County, that don't have an interstate running through it, and he don't have that 10% money coming out. Total tax burden on the taxpayer. So whatever he's housing in his jail costs the taxpayers that amount. If it's $60, $50, $20, whatever it costs for him to house those inmates in there that day is what it costs that county. So if I got 100 of my inmates in there, or 80 of my inmates in there, and Irwin County brings me 10, or Sycamore brings me 5, only increase I'm gonna have in cost is to feed them inmates, and if one of them needs medical attention. That's why I figured the $45 or $35, not the total cost of having to run the jail, because I gotta run that jail whether he houses with me or where Irwin County houses with me or not. It's a cost I have regardless of whether I house. So it's not the same cost to house his inmates as it is to house mine, because I got electric bill, water bill, I've got all the medical, I got everything I already have. So I have their cost, food and medicine. And if they got a medical condition, they have to pay for it. They have to come get them and take them for the medical
We
condition.
pay for it,
Sheriff,
right?
I think what the commissioner is indicating is if we can capitalize on other counties paying you at a higher rate.
We have.
So instead of like the $40 a day, if we can charge, because I think in the paper it showed all the other jails around us are like $65, $70, $80. Even though your fixed rate per inmate is lower, when you go to a hotel, they don't charge you the marginal cost of, well, the room's only gonna cost $30 to pay the maid for the day, because we already paid the mortgage, we already paid the air conditioner bill. So we're gonna just charge the regular rack rate, and that is actually more of a savings to the taxpayers, because that's more money going to that jail fund. And I think that's what she's been advocating the past several meetings, is let's just bring it up to that rate that the other counties are charging, and that'll kind of bring that jail rate, that'll bring it into the market rate, so to speak. So we're taking advantage, instead of it being a loss leader, we're gonna be that average rate that the other counties are charging. Maybe that'll put a little bit more money into your coffers, not that you're.
If it's zeroed amount, if it's zeroed out, I'm not here to make that money. I
But
do it because I
by
can.
making a
I
little
do
bit
it
more
because I
money,
can.
that's putting more money in that jail fund, so it's
We
taking
do.
less out of the
They
tax.
got $300,000 last year off of turnkey fees. That's my point.
It could
Been
be
making
400,000 is what she's
Yeah,
saying.
it could.
We're not,
You
we're
just
not
add-
doing
you just
this
add
money.
$5.
And if I raise it up, they could go somewhere else too, and take them
So
somewhere
you
else.
said
and
all
then
the
I'll
other
have
jails
nothing.
around us are full though.
That's right.
If that was
That's
your
exactly
argument for
right.
us not shutting
Yeah,
down.
that's right, because that's what argument for me not to carry them somewhere else, to shut our jail down. Because it would cost $4 million for me to go house 80 at $70 or $80 somewhere else.
I think it's just turning down money
Well,
from
Sheriff,
other
let me ask
counties
you
that
something.
could
Why
lower
do
our
people
tax
wanna
rate.
house inmates in Turner County? Why?
Because we got a good jail facility.
Huh?
Because there's some local and we got room.
Y'all do a good job, right? Okay.
This is not an attack on the sheriff or the jail, or it's a business question to try to reduce cost. If we
How
get
can
in-
you reduce cost in an economy that continues to climb? How can you reduce cost?
By charging those other counties what the operations of the jail.
Other counties?
Other
Okay.
counties. I've been saying other
No,
counties.
no, I'm just asking.
But at the end of the day, if we're getting $300,000 from turnkey fees, you add $5 at 80, let's just say 60 inmates, that's $300,000 a year more that we're getting.
So let me ask you something.
That's less money, that general fund money that has to go to the jail.
I appreciate you doing all this speech.
You have one public comment, one more.
Public opinion.
Public comment, please, 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Not about the sheriff.
We're talking about the sheriff. I ain't getting into all the politics. Y'all know me, know where I'm from and stuff. Give the man enough money so he can come to Rebecca and protect me and my families and stuff over there. Y'all please keep coming here. And, Bruce, thank you for the fire. Robert, thank you for the EMTs. Thank all y'all. I appreciate it. Don't never forget me and don't never think that you ain't appreciated when you show up, okay?
What about us?
We already know about you.
Y'all got a difficult decision. I wouldn't be in your place for no amount of money, okay? Trust me, I know.
Yeah. Motion to go into executive session for personnel, real estate, and litigation.
Now let's go in that, right?
Second. All in favor?
We're gonna leave.